Hello, everyone. I am so excited to have one of my favorite students here. You all may know her already because Marquise is the student I show as an example in every single one of my presentations because she received her PMP certification in 2019 using the 3T system, and she did it on the first try. So I'll let Marquise talk about herself for a little bit and tell us who she is, and then we'll get into our questions. So welcome, Marquise.
Thank you, Majuba. A little about me. I am excited. First, I'm excited to be here. To just come back to, the coach that got me to where I am today, helped me get me to where I am today. As you mentioned, I passed the PMP in 2019, and I have to admit that my life has changed since then. I remember that, I joined your program in June, and you held my hand throughout the whole way and got me to pass it on the first try. And I can tell you, I walked out that testing center and I jumped. I was so excited. Since then, I've had different opportunities, and I've been really happy with them. I am also a mom of a sassy and spunky 8-year-old who keeps me on my toes. And I am honestly doing too much, but I love it all. I love it all.
I know it's in the super busyness where we find our sanity, right? It's so weird, but I hear you. Oh my gosh. I remember the day that I got your text message and you showed me your score sheet, and I was like, oh my God. I was so happy because you took one of the hardest PMP exams. The exam has changed. It's as difficult, yet there was a time where there were equations and difficult math questions and network diagrams, and which a lot of our current students actually don't have to study anymore.
Oh, lucky.
I know. Well, tell me a little bit about your interest in project management. What got you interested in the field? How did you come across it?
So, a lot for me personally, and I feel like this happens to a lot of us, we do project management without the title. So I felt like I was a project manager in my different careers and different jobs I've had for a very long time. And actually, I didn't even know that what PMP was for until maybe 2018, right? And I was inspired by a friend of mine who was like, oh, you should go get your PMP. And then I started to look into it. Then I joined the Women of Project Management, and then I found you. And then it really motivated me to move forward with something that I was interested in. And really how you think about something, you just sit on it. I was sitting on it. Yeah. And then I met people who told me, go, make a move. So I did.
Yeah, and you did. And in that decision, that moment of where we decide that something is good for us and we're going to go for it, that for some, that takes a little while. Like I see students who call me and we have several conversations. We go through their goals. We specifically determine that the PMP is going to get them their career break, yet they still pause on it. And then those same students come back 2 years later and they're like, I'm ready. I should have done it then. And I'm like, it's not too late. Come on, you got this. But yes, and it does take a community. The Women of PM that you mentioned, Asia, the founder, is both of our good friends. We're attending the conference in November, so I'm excited about that. And it did take, for Asia to bring me into her program, and then for you to join her membership, for you to find out the value of this certification. Yeah. So awesome. Talk to us a little bit about your journey of obtaining the certification. What was that like? I know you're a mom and you worked full time. So what was that journey like for you?
There's so many things that goes on in my brain. It's noisy in there, but I do remember my journey very specifically. I remember that I joined in June. I remember that I was nervous. I was nervous to start this journey. I was going through a lot of personal challenges in my life. I was a newly single mom, and I was just like, am I really going to take this on? I've been out of college for so long. I don't even know how to study anymore, but I was so motivated by the people around me that I invested in myself. I knew what it was going to look like on the other side, but I have to put some effort in. So I remember I signed up. I was part of your classes. I don't remember if your format's still the same, but we had like weekly calls. I spoke to you all the time, and you put us on like a very strict schedule. And that is like a project manager's dream. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me my timeline, right? So it was perfect. And then I specifically remember in August, it was August or September, I was taking practice exams. And I was showing you my scores, and I was like, they're not good enough, they're not good enough. But I don't know, from a coach perspective, you're ready to like start signing up to sit for the exam. I was like, what? How am I ready? You're going to be ready by the time you told me when I had to take it, which was in November. And I'm like, like you were like, just like, you got this, you got this, you got this. And you walked me through the pretty intensive like application process. And the hours and things of that nature, went through that with me. And then after that, the intensity rose as far as like constantly taking practice exams to get ready for the test. And even the week before I sat for the exam, I still didn't feel ready, but you were like, you got this. You were like so calm, cool, collect. You're like, I'm not worried. Not worried.
Yeah, because your scores said it. Your score was, you were scoring great on those mock exams. And I also remember you being so focused. Like, even though you had all of those personal things going on, I remember you doing the extra work. You did an entire earned value management packet. And if I can tell you guys, this packet was probably 20 pages long. And I remember Marquise doing every one of those questions. You followed the process to the T. And that process hasn't changed, because that process helps people pass. We still have the structured learning, the twice a week coaching calls, the support to help people feel confident, the accountability, and then the exam day confidence boost that we provide. So none of that has changed, because that's how we provide success to everyone and passing this thing on the first try. And that exam fee is hefty, like $555. Who wants to pay that twice?
Right.
Yeah. And so that's my thing. I'm like, okay, if people are going to make investments in this training, I want to make sure they walk away with passing this exam on the first try. So kudos to you. And so since you've gotten this PMP, how has it opened doors for you? Tell us about the life post PMP certification.
Well, I immediately felt a boost of confidence. One that, I studied for a couple months, really put all my efforts in, and I was able to pass it. Immediately I got a confidence boost. 2 days later, I went to my job and I was like, here's my PMP, you guys, what's going on? And even with that, you gave me advice and tidbits on how to approach asking for a salary increase now that I got the certification. I don't know if that was a bonus, but definitely walk me through that as well. How to ask for more. And honestly, between earning it and the confidence boost, I felt like I was a better project manager. I had some of those hard skills and training that allowed me to have a more successful project flow, project teams better. And honestly, I feel like project management is never ending of learning. There's always new ways you could learn from people, things of that nature. So I'm always learning, and I'm always working on becoming a better project manager. So I feel like the company I was at that time, I used that opportunity to like practice those new skill sets I have. And then I've been able to get offered many other opportunities since then because of my PMP.
Wow, that's amazing. And this certification continues to grow in value. Every job posting that I see says, for a project manager, says PMP certification required or should be able to obtain in 6 months. The federal government is making it part of their level of effort. So this means that, the PMP certification will be a must for anyone who's going to have the role of a project manager. So the value will continue to increase. And I'm so glad that you saw the benefit. So would you say the money that you invested in the class on the exam paid off?
110%. 110%. And it's even if I didn't pass it the first time, I take it again.
Yeah.
Okay. It was it's like 50% 3T and it was 50% me. And I don't know. Cause I tried to do it on my own. I tried to do my own early 2019 and I was not as serious. I would like study sometimes on Saturdays. I would make flashcards sometimes, but something about your format and the guidelines, and you kept me in line, allowed me to talk to myself and say, you got to do this. You got to take this seriously. So absolutely 110% worth every dime.
Awesome. Awesome. So what advice can you give to someone who's on the fence about the project management certification or is thinking about it? What guidance, advice can you provide?
Stop waiting for a sign. Just do it. Invest in yourself. You know, all successful people invest in themselves. So you have to just take that leap of faith and invest in yourself and join the program. Also, when you get that PMP, you're gonna make that money back anyway. So like your salary is gonna increase significantly. So don't worry about what the fee, the cost is whatsoever, because you are going to be so satisfied after passing that exam.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree. I remember getting an increase of like $30,000 and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, guys, I knew project management before this certification, like what happened? But there is almost like a switch that happens in HR or managers' brains where they're like, this person's certified. Like they went through the hard work and they have knowledge that those that aren't certified have. So yeah, there is something that happens and it comes with money.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all of that. Now, aside from being a busy career professional and a mom, what else can you share with us? Do you have any hobbies, any side gigs? Like, what's going on with you?
So aside from my day job as a project manager, I also am a director of programming for a nonprofit called the Prosperity Project. This nonprofit provides financial literacy for primarily Black women with a large amount of student debt, and they help them get to financial freedom through coaching classes. We have financial coaches that help them understand budgeting, investment, things of that nature, and in return, we help pay towards their student debt. What I do there is make sure that the program is successful and make sure that everyone has what they need in order to reach that success. It is my passion as well. Definitely love women empowerment and seeing them reach their goals. And in addition to that, I also do I'm an adjunct professor, and that's why I said I do too much. I'm an adjunct professor. I teach one graduate business class, and I use my project management skills there as well. I use my project management skills in my personal life, my professional life, things of that nature. And I guess the last thing I can mention is that I pretend like I'm a plant mom. I'm trying. I have some plants. It was like the whole pandemic craze. I try to grow plants, sometimes successful, sometimes not so, but I'm into it. So.
Oh my gosh, you keep busy.
Very busy. It's a lot.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to have you in my circle. And I'm excited to see you soon as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience. And I know that by someone watching this, they're going to feel motivated to do what you did and see the same level of success. Now, if someone loved what you said and they want to get a hold of you or want to learn more about the nonprofit you're part of, how can they reach you?
You can reach me on LinkedIn, Marquise Vilsaint, or you can reach me on IG as your favorite Fave PM, YOURFAVE PM.
Oh, your Faith PM. I love that. Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Marquise. I love having the conversation with you and see you next time.
Thank you.